What's going on, guys? It's SpyCat, and it's time for me to start doing some videos before I fucking kill myself. No, I'm just joking. I hope I'm just joking. Anyway, guys, it's me again, and I'm going through a bunch of movies. I guess I'm being forced downstairs in one room. Well, that's gonna be just fun and great and dandy. Shit. It's gonna suck, so I kind of have to get rid of some stuff. So I'm going through my comedy section first. This video right here is going to be the compilation videos, movies that are more than one, sequel videos, compilation videos. What the shit am I talking about? Sequel movies, movies that have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Actually, I don't think I have any movies that have 5 movies. You get my fucking point, right? Good. That's great. That's just fucking dandy. Why am I saying dandy? I don't know. That's going to be the new word SpyCat uses. Isn't that just fucking dandy? Okay, here we go. Movies, comedy movies, that I have in my collection, that you have to have in your collection, that are sequels or triples. Who gives a fuck? Let's just start this shit off. Anyway, here we go. Alright, so the first one I have, guys, is Ghostbusters 1. I have it on Blu-ray, and then I have it also in this movie pack thing. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I love the cover for Ghostbusters 2. I remember it when I was a kid. Those were the days. No, they weren't. They threw me in a group home. Shit. Those weren't the days. Well, they were the days when I wasn't in those places. Oh, man. Shit. Alright, next movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. Movie sequels. Joe Dirt. Part 1. Best movie of all time. How about you fucking... What does he say in this movie? He says, like... Your ass in my face. No, my ass in your face. Something like that. Anyway. One of my favorite movies of all time. This one actually... I don't want to say it outdid Part 1, but... That scene where they're farting in Joe Dirt's face definitely outdid the, like, butt humor in Part 1. But Part 1's always a classic, though. But I got that one on Blu-ray. The extended cut. I probably cut the cheese a little bit longer. Anyway, let's see. Next up. Look Who's Talking movies. Favorite movies of all time. Saw that at a camp. Back when I was like 8 or 9 or 7 or some shit. I don't know. Do the math. I'm 83, and it came out in 89? No, it came out 89, so I was like, fuck, I was only like 6 when I saw it. 6 or 7. Look Who's Talking 2. I got that for Christmas, because I love Look Who's Talking 1 so much. Look Who's Talking Now, with the dogs. Pretty cool. I have to put the dog movies with my dog. I'm doing a video on movies with dogs. I was supposed to do that for her, but she left. Can you believe that? And we've been fucking nuts ever since. Anyway, analyze that. I think I put... It looks like I put, like... See that? You know what? I knew that was going to happen. I just, like, made spaghetti or something. I put a hot plate on top of this thing, and I think now I finally realize what does that thing. It's like if you put something hot on there. Oh, fuck me. Anyway, analyze that, analyze this, and that. I think this one came out first, and then that. There was this, and then there was that. That's how those came out. Okay, let's see. What's next? Gotta have these sequels. Sister Act Part 1, one of my favorite movies. I watched this one tons of times. It is the best. Whoopi in San Francisco. And she's back in San Francisco. Whoopi Goldberg in Sister Act 2. Not as good as Part 1. Part 1's always the best. We got a tripler. We got Major League 1 with Charlie Sheen. Yes, the Charlie Sheen who molested those boys. Including... What's that damn guy's name? Not Corey Haim, but the other guy who's like a weirdo. Edward Norton? No. Who is that dude? Who gives a fuck? The guy fucked him in their butt. The guy fucked him in their butt. That's just what he did. Man, I've been negative since she left. Can't blame me, though. 15 fucking years. Major League Part 2. Charlie Sheen's in this one. Major League, back to the minors. I don't think Charlie Sheen's in this one. This one's pretty horrible, though. So that's a tripler right there. Gotta have Scooby-Doo movies, Part 1 and Part 2. I like the cool like yellow case that it came in and the green case that this one's snapback case. Favorite movie of all time when I was a kid? Always rely on the fart scene. It is Dumb and Dumber. I used to have the snapback original cover. I really would have wanted to have that one more. But this is the unrated version. Kind of cool. I don't know what's unrated about that, but okay. Dumb and Dumber. No, got to do this in order. Dumb and Dumber. When they were in high school and stuff. This one's great. When Tom Selleck, when they're in the bathroom, and I think Harry like has a Snickers bar in his pocket, and it melts, and he's smeared it on the wall, and then it's a classic scene. It's an all-time classic part in a comedy movie of all time, in my opinion, because Bob Saget's like, he's shit everywhere. He's shit on the fucking walls. It's fucking great. It's just fucking dandy. Dumb and Dumber 2. I think there's a good, there's some good butt humor in this one too. I always like the butt humor, but not that much anymore. Depression state. But hey, I'm making these videos for you guys, just in case I jump off a fucking bridge. Anyway, Dennis the Menace. Always loved this one. This one has another crazy fart scene where he's like, I forgot what happens, but like Christopher Lloyd, like he like shits his pants or something, and like he like farts and then he has like shit on the back of his pants. We always laughed at that when we were kids and shit. But Dennis the Menace Strikes Again. I still haven't seen this one, but I like that it has the old school dude instead of they couldn't have picked a better old funny guy than this guy, as opposed to Walter Matthau, who died. So we couldn't make that one. We got The Mask, Part 1. Saw that in school. The Son of Mask. Cool green case with Jamie Kennedy. We got Nutty Professor Part 1. Nutty Professor Part 2. Really good. One of my favorites. Gotta have those. I don't know what happened to my Friday the first one, but I guess I just have Friday Part 2. This was great. Soundtrack's great. And Friday After Next. Love this one. They're security guards. Definitely have to have Home Alones. I thought... I could have sworn I had the other two Home Alones. I know I have them. You just take my word for it. Home Alone 1. Home Alone Part 2 in New York. Favorite movies of all time. All the sequels are, I'll tell you guys if they're like my favorite sequels. Like the Waiting sequels are definitely my favorite movies of all time. Definitely love these movies. I even got the slipcover to this one. It's not even been opened. For some reason, these are always like $1. Still Waiting, my favorite movie of all time. These both superb movies. Looks like I don't have the other Jackasses because I had to sell them. Jackass Part 1, unrated. No, Collector's Edition. And we got Jackass Part 2. Saw both those in the theater with her. Grown Ups Part 1. Good fart scene. I'll mention the fart scenes in these. I love the gas butt humor scenes. Remember when the old lady like is on the porch, old black lady, and she's like, she just like rips like a huge one. It's pretty funny. And Part 2 isn't that good. Selma Hayek. Don't fucking, yeah, you can imagine. Weekend at Bernie's Part 1. Actually, one of the last movies I watched with her because I bought the Blu-ray and she wanted to watch it. And then she realized that the one that she wanted to watch was Part 2, so then we watched Part 2. Like, all the shit. I don't like that they didn't use the original cover, though. That's why I don't like the Blu-rays. I like the original covers. Those are my favorite movies of all time, though. I saw this one first, though. before I even knew about part 1. In fact, I didn't even know there was such thing as part 1 when I saw the part 2. I don't know why. Beethoven 1 and 2. I sold part 2, 3, and 4. These are the best movies. I saw both these in the theater. These are the ones you want to have if you're a 90s, 80s kid. We got Dr. Doolittle's. They get worse as they come. Actually, I really like part 2. Actually, I could have sworn I liked part 2 more than part 1 for some reason. But Dr. Doolittle part 1 is good. I like part 2. It has the little Zane back when he was rapping. Dr. Doolittle 3, I never even gave that one a chance. I just got it because it was $1. Bruce Almighty. Evan Almighty. This is kind of a pair movie. Love Bruce Almighty. We got my favorite movie of all time. I love this movie just because of like kind of my situation. Best scene of ever is when they're at the party and like the Bart Simpson voice comes in. Oh no, the Lisa Simpson voice comes in, and she's like, you know, she's like screwing freaking Daniel Stern, and then the wife is just a mean like bitch, kind of like my ex. It's just funny. It's just like the middle of the party, and he's like, "I hate you more." It's like, oh man, it's just great. She's like, "I'm gonna tell my dad about you." Like, it's just a classic fucking scene. City Slickers and City Slickers 1. No. Yeah. These are just different editions. I got this one because it has like deleted scenes. It's great. That is a great scene because like he's done and he's like, "I hate you more." It's like, not even sex for 10 years can do that to a person. And then fucking he's like, "I hate you more." And then he's like, "Let's cut the cake." It's classic fucking movie shit. City Slickers 2. Still a great movie. I love, definitely love, one of my favorite actors, Billy Crystal. For sure. I'm actually going to do, because Larry the Cable Guy really didn't make that many movies. So I'm just going to add the other movies that he made, because he made 2 movies that he does part 2 and that are the sequels of. So, Jingle All the Way Part 1, saw that in the movie theater. Jingle All the Way Part 2 is with Larry the Cable Guy. Same with Tooth Fairy with The Rock Part 1, and then he was in Part 2. Yeah, Tooth Fairy Part 2. And then the other 2 movies are classic to have if you're a Larry the Cable Guy fan. Witness Protection and The Health Inspector. Great movies. Girlfriend was Mexican, so she couldn't stand those guys. And then Trump won, and then she dumped me. I think that had something to do with it. Seeing as though I go for Trump. I lost some subscribers to that, but it's okay. Anyway, I didn't really like these movies that much. They're kind of like a 1-2, even though I had to see them twice in the theater at the group homes. They weren't, to me, I didn't like them that much. There was just parts that were funny. Austin Powers 1. I love the colors. I love the color cases. I guess they're groovy. I guess you could say. Shit. So I got that. That's a cool collection to have. We got, these are considered comedy, but they're still kind of kids movies. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 1. Saw that when it came out. Favorite movie of all time. Part 2. Part 3. Bill and Ted. Excellent adventure. Great movie. Love the part when he's on the elevator, the guy, and he's like, "Shit, shit, shit, shit," in the other language. That's what I remember in that. This one was horrible, horrible. People say that this is like 80s and this is like 90s. If you want a good, like, I don't know, if you want to see good. I'm going to show you guys all my Ernest movies. I have like 2 more packs with like different movies and Hey Vern, but you guys know I have those ones. Ernest Saves Christmas. Ernest Goes to Camp. I remember I got this on the video. Ernest Goes to Camp. Ernest Scared Stupid. Slam Dunk Ernest. I think this one's out of print. Ernest Goes to Jail. Great movie. Ernest Rides Again, one of the hardest movies to find. This one is worth some money. Out of print. So glad I found that one. That's when I was working at the crepe place. Ernest Goes to Africa, great movie. I love how Ernest never gets the girl, man. Ernest in the Army? No, Ernest Goes to Africa. Ernest in the Army. What would you like, Sahib? That's what he does, that little voice on the fucking movie. This one I got because it has Ernest Goes to School, and I still haven't found Ernest Goes to School. I have it on VHS, though, for that original cover. Let's see. And then I got the Blu-rays of Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Goes to Jail, and Ernest Goes to Camp. Have to have those. Have to have Odd Couple 1. That's my life, but there's nobody here. Odd Couple 2. Let's see. Daddy Daycare. What came out first? Oh yeah, Daddy Daycare. Daddy Daycare and Daddy Day Camp. Those are good. This is comedy, but they're actually comedy dramas, I would say. I loved this one when I was a kid. My Girl 1, My Girl 2. These ones were okay. I remember it took me a while to talk my parents into letting me see this. So, Addams Family 1, Addams Family 2, Addams Family Values. Let's see. We got Bad News Bears, best one with Walter Matthau, kind of an alcoholic coach. And then I have part 2, Bad News Bears, Breaking Training. This one is with some other actor, but it's still like 70s. And Bad News Bears, the remake with Billy Bob Thornton. Here's some Disney movies. Homeward Bound, these are kind of comedies. Homeward Bound 2. Let's see. Whoops. Air Bud 1. Air Bud, this one, I had more Air Buds, but I guess I sold them. Wow, I'm running out of space. Alright, let's see. We got Santa Claus 1. Great one. Santa Claus 2. I was surprised my girlfriend didn't see this one when we watched it. Ex-girlfriend. Not easy, guys. I know you guys, what you guys are thinking. He's not over and shit like that, but it's a lot different. It's a lot sadder than people know. I was pretty much institutionalized my whole life in group homes and stuff, and when I came out, I was only here a year. I didn't have any friends. I only had I went on a couple of dates. She was pretty much my first girl, and because I didn't, get along with my family and stuff, and I was in group homes most of the time, I didn't have that relationship with them, so I was really, when I got with her, I was there the first Thanksgiving, first Christmas. That was my family. That was my family. I call her mom the last 15 years. It's pretty sad. She misses me, and that killed me. But yeah, it's more than just some girlfriend to me. That's my family. Been my family for 15 years. I spent every holiday with her family as family. I wasn't a boyfriend. I was brother, they were sister, mother, stuff like that. So it's really a lot for me. I mean, she basically was here, and supposedly, I guess her not living at her parents' house, she gets a bigger loan if she goes to college. So that might have something to do with it. It was just bullshit. She sold out. Never would have thought she would have done that, but yeah, that's how it goes. One of my favorite movies of all time, Grumpy Old Men. Grumpy Old Men. I like part 2 way better than part 1. I know most people like part 1 on sequels and stuff more, but for me, part 2 was the best. And Margaret's in it. And I just threw this one in here because it's kind of the same. 2 guys, it's 90s. This one's out of print too, supposedly. I don't have Dickie Roberts part 2. Don't have it. I don't know why, but I could have sworn they made it. Also another one I'm missing, it looks like, is Meet the Little Fuckers, I think. But I have, Meet the Parents and Meet the Fuckers. Let's see, Without a Paddle, part 1. Without a Paddle, part 2. I just like part 1. That was in the dollar bin. We got Mall Cop, one of my favorite movies of all time. Love it. Part 2. We got freaking Shanghai Nights. Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights. Great movie when they're drinking. They're like, it's great. It's great. My life isn't great, but that movie's great. Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, Part 1. Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, European Gigolo, Part 2. Special edition one. Love that one. 3 Men and a... Ooh, hell no. I thought this one was like messed up. I love the original covers on these movies. Great original covers. Tom Selleck is the best of all time. We got those. And I get it. The comments with like, oh man, get over her. Just... Trust me. You have no idea. Used to love these movies. Don't really that much anymore. Took me a while to find this one by itself. But have to have these in your collection. I have to go fast because I have a little bit, another pile. American Pie movies. I saw most all of these except I saw the newer ones with her in the theater. American Pie. American Pie Part 2. American Wedding. And American Reunion. I saw both these with her. Okay, so now we're going to do, these aren't really sequels, but they're kind of along the same lines. Like the Clerks movies. Have to show those. Clerks Part 1, the black and white one. Clerks Part 2 came out like 20 years later. And then I have the cartoons. And then you have to have, this was really big. This one came out before those. Dogma, I have another version of Dogma. Saw all those with her. Snoochie Boochies and all that fucking bullshit we used to say all the time. These movies aren't sequels, but they're kind of similar. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, my favorite movie of all time. I have a lot of favorite movies, and then I have this edition. And then this movie is pretty much copying this movie, The Due Date. They did a good job on Due Date. I can't find Part 2, but I know I have Part 2. These movies are just similar to me. They're similar. Pros and cons. And let's go to prison. And these ones are going to be... Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do this right. My Big Fat Greek Wedding. A knockoff movie. And I have to... Sorry about that, guys. I had to get some light. Computer light went off. So we have the knockoff movie, which is my independent movie. I actually have some ghetto version of that too, but I can't find it. When Do We Eat? They're kind of along the same lines, so I just put them together. Bob, oh yeah, I do have it. So, Tom Green did very few movies, but he's one of my favorites, so I just thought that I'd show all the movies I have with him. Freddie Got Fingered, Stealing Harvard, Bob the Butler, that was great because he hasn't done a movie in a while. And Shred. I know I'm missing a few. Let's see. Oh, no way. Hold on, guys. Here it is. I don't want to forget this one. I can't have the main one not with him. But John, what's his name? John Heder. He did very few movies, and I like collecting him ever since Napoleon Dynamite. So he was in Benchwarmers, he was in School for Scoundrels, he was in Moving McAllister, and Mama's Boy. And I might be missing another one. Same with Mr. Bean. He was in really few movies, but just because he's Mr. Bean, I had to get them all. Mr. Bean, Johnny English. He was in Love Actually. He was in The Witches 2. He's in some comedy drama movie with Patrick Swayze, one of his last movies. Mr. Bean's Holiday. And of course I have all the Mr. Bean series and tapes. And he was in Rat Race. That looks like... Hold on. Oh no, shit. I'm going to have to go fast now. Holy shit, guys. Okay, we got to make 30 minutes or it's going to be a long time to put on my computer. Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3. We got favorite movies of all time, Pee-wee, Big Adventure, and Big Top Pee-wee. Not many people have those anymore. Ace Ventura 1 and 2. Okay. If I'm missing some, I probably have them. I'll find them. Three Ninjas Kick Butt, Knuckle Up, Kick Back, and Kick Fucking Ass, the rated R version. I just made that up. We got Babe. We got Babe in San Francisco. Pretty cool, my city. I was going to put Gordy along with these, but I guess I don't know where they are. We got Sandlot Part 1, Sandlot Part 2, Sandlot Part 3 with the guest appearance of the one dude that was in it. Guy with the mustache right there. Or the guy with the glasses. Gotta Have Wayne's World Part 1 and 2. And the Scary Movie movies, which, you know, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, Snoop Dogg, Stan Helsing, Superhero Movie, Date Movie, Extreme Movie, Not Another Teen Movie. If it didn't have movie at the end of it, I didn't put it with this, like Meet the Spartans, Shaun of the Dead, and a couple other ones. But these kind of go together, and that's why I put those there. And that is it. Is there something over here? No. That's it. See you later. See you next time. Signing off. And don't hate on these videos. I don't like being Spy Cat anymore. I don't like doing these videos. Not much anymore, I'll be honest. Pretty much, the thing is, me and her love movies. And that's how we met, and that's how we were together. We always had movies, and I felt like I wanted to build a collection just to always have movies for us to watch. And, you know, she's gone. I'm still trying to get over that. It is actually kind of traumatizing a little bit. I know that sounds weird, but it is. I'm going through a lot of shit, a lot of depression, a lot of sadness, stress. If you know, I mean, I pretty much got ghostlighted. It's crazy. I pretty much found out she's a total narcissist, personality disorder, sociopath, just a really just on and off, just 1 minute really nice to you, your best friend, then the next minute they sell out. And the more we talk, the meaner she is to me. It's really abusive. It's really, really fucking bad. It's really fucked up. I never thought she would be like that. Messed up times. Another set that I am forgetting is Men in Black, but I think that's in my sci-fi. I think that's in my sci-fi collection. That's why the Men in Black isn't part of this. But I have Men in Black, this set. I have part 2. And then I have like this other cover for that one too. But that's going to be it. And yeah, I guess we're doing comedy movies, so there'll be a lot of these videos.